Editing Brad here real fast. So I don't really like how this video is edited, to be honest, but I don't want to go back through and re-edit the entire thing. Moving forward, all the images you see or videos or whatever else, I'll be in a uniform format instead of just whatever size. Thanks. Enjoy the video. Black Frieza. Here are my thoughts. Cue the music, editor. Oh, I don't have an editor? All right. No music. What up? My name is Brad. Welcome back. Today we're talking about Black Frieza and what I genuinely think about him. So this happened about a week or so, give or take, maybe 2 weeks ago at most. Black Frieza showed up in the manga. So I don't dislike Frieza by any stretch of the imagination. I think he's a really cool villain. I think he always has been. I think he's iconic at this point. He was iconic 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Whenever Z happened, he was iconic. Back in the 90s, for sure. But I'm kind of over seeing his freaking face all the time. Kind of over seeing his face all the time. He came back as a cyborg, and it was cool because Trunks was lit, made it really cool. He died instant, no big deal. Came back in Resurrection of F, still pretty fire. At that point, it had been about 20 years since he was in Z. So I was like, all right, cool. Came back in Tournament of Power, and I was like, all right. Came back in Broly, and I was like, all right. And now he's back again with another form, and it's like, Frieza, please. The only reason it irritates me is because, to me, in Superhero, I'm going to spoil some things in Superhero if you haven't watched it yet. Sorry, go watch it, find it online. Oof. They kind of did Cell pretty dirty in Superhero. I like Superhero a lot. I actually just watched it today because I was like, why not? Don't worry, Bandai. I went to the theaters before, too. I just figured I'd watch it on my couch as well. Relax. It's fine. I like it a lot, actually. But upon watching it again, that's like the 5th time I think I've seen it, Cell just got done dirty. He's cool looking. I like that they chose second form, kind of, because he's not done with his gestation period, all that kind of stuff. It fits. All that stuff is great. It's the mindless aspect that I'm just not the biggest fan of. And for somebody who is, I would argue Cell is close to Frieza's iconic. He's not there. Frieza's iconic. But I would argue Cell's pretty close to that. And with the way they did Cell Max, yeah, he looks cool. His attacks are pretty sweet. The story's actually not that bad, like around him getting built. You've got a 14-year-old kid that's smarter than Dr. Gero. It's fine. We just rock with it. It's Dragon Ball. I don't mind all that stuff. There's a lot they could have done with Frieza coming back instead of he just, poof, shows up. Now, I will say, he looks hella cool. Like, Black Frieza is way better than Golden Frieza aesthetically. I'm going to tell you right now. Golden Frieza was always pretty cool. Black Frieza's pretty lit. So if you don't know what happened in the manga, and I actually haven't read it either, I just got, spoiled by all you little numbnuts over on Twitter who just tweet whatever you want to tweet. You're like, oh, I don't know. Sorry about that. I don't actually really care, but a lot of people do. Either way, what happened was he was in a hyperbolic time chamber essentially for 10 years. 10 years training. Remember, in 4 months he got golden. So 10 years training straight. Imagine how pissed off he was for... Can't you imagine being that mad for 10 years? But it's fine. It is what it is. Either way, then he just shows up, just blows back gas, which you know what? I used that. I made that joke up before I started this video. He just blows back gas, and I still kind of like it. I still think it's kind of funny, if I'm being honest with you. Sorry, I had to grab a beer. I apologize. With all that said, yeah, him blowing back gas, which, like I said, I still think it's a funny joke. I'm okay with it. I think it's actually pretty cool. I just wish it wasn't Frieza. Now, here's the positive to it. That could mean we see cooler. And you know what? To me, I'm totally cool with that. Like, if I gotta see Frieza's damn face again, who's probably gonna get blown back by Gohan Beast, I would imagine, or Piccolo Orange, which I'll make a video on them too, talking about them. I don't know who else could really touch Black Frieza at that point, because he literally one-shot Goku and Vegeta simultaneously, and then just absolutely dominated the main villain of the arc. I like that. I don't like that it's Frieza. I know Frieza's cool. I get it. He's had enough time in the light. Now, if it leads to cooler, I'm totally down. Totally 100% down. Make him canonical. I'm in. I always want to see these movies that came out years ago. Like, hell, give me Turles again. Give me Slug. I'm down for all of it. I want all of that. Frieza, I don't know. If it leads to cooler, I'm down. I'm down for that. Overall, like I said, aesthetically, I'm literally going to give it a 9 out of 10. It's pretty close to a 10 out of 10, but that means perfection, and it's still, I'm kind of irritated that Frieza's back yet again. So 9 out of 10 aesthetically. Totally down for that. Story? 7 out of 10. Honestly, that Frieza was so pissed for 10 years. He just trained. He just trained. He's like, I'm just so mad. I don't even care. And then he just came back looking dope. One-shot the main villain. And now Goku and Vegeta are like, huh? Okay, I guess. Let's handle this. So I'm totally down for all of that stuff, all those aspects. I don't know how this ties in. So supposedly Superhero takes place after, like, all of these events. Granola and Moro and Gas, I presume. So, I mean, I imagine they're setting up for another, like, transformation for Goku and Vegeta. I just can't. It's gotta be like Gogeta Ultra Instinct, right? Like, it has to be. Or like Vegeta Ultra Ego. Like, it has to be one of those two things that can beat Frieza. Because we just finally got to where Goku got Mastered UI, and then Vegeta finally got Ultra Ego. And now they're like, hey, what's up, dude? Frieza's back, and he's stronger than ever, and his brother's probably stronger, and it's like, oh my. I'm down, because it keeps the longevity moving, so I'm down for it. I just don't know what to expect. I think the last year, the last year of Dragon Ball's really taken a turn to say, hey, we're not going anywhere. Buckle up. I personally think, now this is a theory, I can make a longer video if you want me to at some point on this. I personally think they're setting up for a GT type remake, not actually GT2 or anything, but we've seen Oob. And they keep talking about how Bulma is using the Dragon Balls to make herself. They keep talking about it over and over again. All the time. Over and over and over again. I'm just saying, in GT, the whole thing was that they made too many wishes. And then the Black Smoke Dragon came out with his cigar, and he's like, get wrecked. Like, I'm just saying, man. Like, that's what I feel like. And if that means we're leading up to Super Saiyan 4, you bet your ass I'm in. You bet your ass I am in for that, if that's what that means. Now, with all this said, I don't think necessarily that's anywhere near the future, if even close. But I think Dragon Ball is setting up for, hey, let's retouch all of this stuff. We can bring back Bojack. We can bring back Tapion. They can just rehash it. And I'm here for it. I like new villains more. I don't like Gas. It's just his name. He actually looks pretty sweet. He actually looks really cool. But Gas, it's his freaking name, bro. Like, it's so bad. Granola wasn't a lot better, but I was like, whatever. Yeah, I like oatmeal. I can get down with it. No big deal. I don't like having Gas, bro. Like, that's just not me. I'm not a fan of it. Maybe you're a fan of it, but it was just a stupid name. It's fine. I'll get over it. I'll move on. He's dead anyways. Spoilers, so doesn't matter. Either way, I'll give Frieza coming back a solid overall 7 out of 10. He looks pretty sweet. The story's not that bad. Like, it actually kind of lines up a little. And Dragon Ball's always a little kooky, but it kind of lines up a little bit. All the stuff kind of has the making of, okay, totally down for that. But we'll have to see what they do. If Cooler comes back, it'll actually bump it up to like an 8 or a 9 out of 10. I love Cooler. I think Cooler's phenomenal. Cooler has such a good design. I like his movies still to this day. I can still watch them. Metal Cooler could be better, could be worse, but I still like it. Either way, what are your thoughts on Frieza coming back? How are you feeling about it? I'm just going to, like, that's my new thing whenever I get, like, asking you questions. What do you think about it? How are you feeling, bro? I'm just going to start smacking you all the time. Make sure you hit that like button if you do enjoy this type of content. Make sure you subscribe. And your boy is back long term. Just pull up on the videos if I make them. If you actually want to watch them. If you don't, okay. Leave a like, sub. Follow me on Twitter, Bradical YT. And I'll catch you around. Deuces.